Alright guys, welcome back. So Nightforce just re-released this scope, so I figured I'd make a quick video for you guys. This is the 2.5 to 10 by 24 NXS optic. This is in mil, so it's the mil R reticle. And there's some pros to this optic and some cons to this optic. So we'll start with the pros. So size and weight, it is super light, as a super small form factor, especially for the time. You know, a 2.5 to 10 optic that just about comes only a little bit forward of your AR receiver. Very, very lightweight optic, so that is great. Very smooth, built-in power throw lever. You got 1/10 of a mil adjustments. You got capped windage. You got a zero stop on your elevation. These are all good things. The reticle's pretty crisp. I like the reticle for what it was at the time, but now we get into some of the cons, right? So I think you got to understand this is not the best scope ever made. The clone people, they think it's really cool. It is really cool, but it is not, the ideal optic in the year 2024. So what are some things that are not the best about it? So first up, 30 millimeter tube. I get it. It's small. It's light. But if you can go 34 millimeter, get more light coming through, get more adjustment, that is better. So I'm going to give it, a thumbs down on being 30 millimeter. There's a reason the ATACR 1 to 8 is 34. And the NX8 1 to 8 is a 30 millimeter tube. The zero stop turret, it's non-locking. I'd rather have a little locking button just like Loophole has. I'd rather have a simpler way to set zero stop. I really like on the Loophole Mark 5 and Mark 6, all I gotta do is back out that screw, take the cap off, use a flathead and put it back on and tighten that screw down, and then I'm done. This is a more complicated system. The reticle. It's a good reticle, especially for the time. It's very fine, which is great. However, the future is now, and we need some type of Christmas tree reticle. I think the FC DMX reticle that's in the ATACR 1 to 8 is a great reticle. I'd like to see that in a scope of this style. Other cons: illumination. Not really daylight bright. It illuminates the whole reticle. I want to see, a center point illuminated. Again, back to the way the ATACR reticle is. I think that kind of illumination is really ideal. There's no parallax adjustment. I can go either way on this. I haven't been killed in the streets yet because of the parallax adjustment or lack thereof on this scope. But I think if you're going to get up to 10 power, you can probably give me some parallax adjustment. Loophole did that on their Mark 5 2 to 10. And a lot of people really thought that that is what set that scope apart from other options. Second focal plane, I think that we can do better. We can get a first focal plane scope in this kind of form factor. I look at the NX8, which is a little bit smaller, and 1 to 8, and first focal plane. Right, we're leaving some things on the table there. So if you get one of these from Euro Optic, Mile High, whoever you're going to order it from, it's a great scope. It's super cool. I think you can definitely shoot well with it. Right, like I've taken this out to matches pretty frequently. I keep it on 10 most of the time. I dial up, I dial down, and it's not, the end of the world for me. What would I want to see in a scope of this style? So if you could give me a ATACR 1 to 8 size optic with a push button locking elevation turret, and give me like 2 to 12, 3 to 12, something in that magnification range, I think that would be, a winner. I don't need to go much past 10, but when I can get a 1 to 8 or a 1 to 10, stopping me at 10 with a low end of 2.5, it's not really giving me what I think we can do now. I think a 3 to 12 would be a great magnification range. You're going to probably do an offset or a top-mounted red dot anyway, so having 2.5 versus 3 doesn't really matter. I think most people can't really perceive that with the naked eye anyway, but getting me up to 12 would really fill a lot of the engagement range that you can do with a rifle like this. It'd be very easy, getting out to 800 and beyond. This is a great optic. It is what it is. It's just like driving a muscle car. It's not the newest or the best, but it's an experience and it's kind of neat. So go into it with both eyes open, understand what you're getting. You're getting a brand new old scope. You're not getting the best scope ever made because it's discontinued. Any questions, guys, let me know. I hope you guys have a great experience with these if you get one. Thanks.